Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Northern Ireland's high-security Maghaberry prison has been branded the most dangerous in the UK by Her Majesty's Chief Inspector of Prisons. Nick Hardwick said conditions were so poor that Charles Dickens could write about it without batting an eyelid. Our Ireland correspondent Chris Buckler reports.
Maghaberry houses serious offenders and paramilitary prisoners, but it's a jail in crisis. Today's report describes it as a dangerous place for both those being held and the staff walking these wings. A prison where there is the risk of disorder, injury and even loss of life. A jail with conditions stuck in the past.
Dickens could write about Maghaberry without really batting an eyelid. This is the most dangerous prison I've been into throughout my time as Chief Inspector. It's not safe for the prisoners held. It's not safe for the staff who care for them.
Neil Nabney was serving time for a public order offence when the inspection was carried out.
It's once the doors are closed behind you, anyone else outside doesn't really seem to care. And I think I would actually have sympathy with some of the prison staff. I did see a few attacks on prison staff and they were completely unprovoked.
The last inspection here at Maghaberry said there were problems, but that many of them were being addressed. Today's report makes clear that those efforts have not been successful, and it goes further. It's damning in its criticism. The number of assaults had increased, levels of self-harm had risen, and drugs were more widely available. The prison governor has now been replaced, and the authorities say there have been improvements. But Northern Ireland's Justice Minister, among others, is facing tough questions about Maghaberry.
Should you resign, possibly? Is that on your mind at all? Head should roll?
You were told that I had time for 2 questions and I had to see the Secretary of State. That's the position. And I will certainly not be resigning while I lead the important reform programme.
The inspectors are going back to the jail in January to check that there have been improvements. And they've warned that all of those responsible for Maghaberry should be sweating about their return. Chris Buckler, BBC News, Maghaberry.